You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here's your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
I'm Ashley Winch in Kansas City, Missouri.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Friday, March 8th, episode 3380, brought to you today by Kentucky Performance Products. Good morning, horse people.
It's Friday, and another weekend of riding is a few short hours away. Jamie and Glenn are here to help you make it through the day with some fun guests and some really bad ads. Enjoy the show.
March 8th is International Women's Day, so we're having a girls-only show. Well, almost. We allowed Glenn to pre-record one thing because, you know, he had to be involved.
I know. He's always putting his nose in everybody's business, but at least we're talking. He interviewed a girl, so that's good.
That's right. And he interviewed Amy Hebert, of no relation, but we love that they have the last name, of Aiken Saddlery. And then I'm super duper excited about our second guest today. Her name is Lisa Williamson of Total Contact Saddles. She's going to join us to tell us about her minimalist designs. Dare I even call them saddles?
It's crazy. They're so crazy looking, but I don't know. I could be into it.
Right? Like, is it a bareback pad? Is it a saddle? It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then, of course, it wouldn't be Friday without some really bad ads. And Jamie, I'm just so excited to hang out with you today.
Well, let's get started then.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Okay, and for our auditor birthdays today, we have Bonnie Major, Kelly Hannigan, and Haley Johnson. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Well, remember, it is International Women's Day. So I've had a week of making sure that I'm a woman. And how I mean by that is I got my boobies squished yesterday. That's right. Mammogram day was yesterday. I should have saved it for today. But I got to tell you guys, it is like really important. And we have some auditors that are actually, and listeners that are actually in that field of work. And I've spent this whole year kind of surrounding myself. I don't mean to, but I've been around a lot of nurses this year, and it is absolutely incredible. Like, these people actually are superheroes, and you're 30-ish, you're a baby. So you haven't had to go get the mammogram yet, but it is very important. And what they do is, I'll be brief. They take your boob and they smush it in this little box, and then this lady does all of it. She had gloves on, her hands were cold, and like that's the way that was. And then you do the other one, and then it's really fun. It sucks. It really sucks, but it's totally better than the alternative. So it's something that you have to do when I think you turn maybe 40, 45. And so I had that done yesterday. And again, these nurses are just absolutely incredible people. And I just wanted to give a little shout out to all the nurses in the world that are listening and not listening. But International Women's Day, go get your booby squished and make an appointment.
Glenn and Jen had to leave Aiken a little early to beat the bad storms that are currently heading east. So
they were here last night. So yeah, super fun.
They went through here too. And while I do love sleeping to rain noise, I do not enjoy cleaning all the mud off of my dog's paws every single time they go in and out of my house, especially while it's on the market. Like, so fun.
I'll say sleeping to rain is fine, but sleeping to waiting for tornado sirens is not fun either. And here's the thing, when you get weather like this in Oklahoma and where I'm at, you watch TV and you watch whatever weather guy you choose to watch. And Like, and the guy that I watch is from Channel 9. His name is David Payne, and he sits there and he talks for hours and hours, and they track the storms and they go all about it and go all around it, and everything's good. Except for last night, because it was a stupid State of the Union. And I was like, how am I going to know if a tornado was coming? I can't listen to David Payne. I have to listen to Joe Biden. This is ridiculous. So I was like completely thrown off with the storms going on, and I could not, I'm on my phone, I'm tracking storms. I'm like, this is not my job, David Payne. This is your job. Why am I doing your job? Get this guy off of here. At least put a little news blurb up in the corner or something. It was crazy. I couldn't get any of the local weather. It was nuts.
That does not sound like a restful night at all.
No, it's not fun. Eventually, I just worked myself into a sleep, and we're still here, so everything's good. Just got some rain north of me. They got some stuff, but right here I was okay.
Very glad that everything's well with you guys. And before we get to having too much fun, let's hear from our friends at Kentucky Performance Products.
He was her first love, the one that started it all. He taught her how to master the posting trot and navigate her first hunter course. They spent hours together exploring the trails and hanging out in the barn. His name was doodled on every page in her school notebook. His coat gleamed in the sun as he met her at the gate each day, snuffling for a treat. From the first time she saw him poking his head out of the stall to the last time she patted him goodbye, he was, and always will be, her everything. This love story is brought to you by Nalox Advanced, providing complete support for a healthy digestive tract, which reduces the risk of colic and digestive upset. The horse that matters to you matters to Kentucky Performance Products. Call 859-873-2974 or visit kppusa.com to order today.
Okay, well, if you don't have the Nextdoor app, I recommend getting it. You can get information that is important, like crimes that are happening or animals that are missing or lost and found or anything like that. And there's also an Oklahoma touch that I just, I didn't have this in Arizona, and I just really feel connected to the humans that live around me. And I will explain that as I read posts next door in Oklahoma. First one comes from Diane. Now, remember, these are people put these posts up, Ashley. Ashley, do you have Nextdoor app?
I had Nextdoor in Virginia before we moved to Italy, and I still get the notifications in my inbox for Virginia.
Yes. So you know what I'm talking about. Somebody will post something and blast it out to the surrounding community. Now, they can do a small little area around them, or they can do a big blast. And the big blasts are the one that I focus on, because these people found it important enough to let everybody know in the surrounding counties within an hour reach that these things are happening. Okay, so first one, we're going to start with Diane. Diane says, Desiree H. She borrowed my carpet shampooer back in December, and she said she wanted to shampoo her son's carpet during the Christmas break, and I've reportedly requested the return of the shampooer since mid-January, and she says just a few more days or some other excuse, and I would caution anybody about loaning anything to her. Wow, okay. Julie says, oh gosh, and there's pictures that accompany this, and what it looks like in the pictures. Let me just describe the pictures, and then I will read you what Julie felt like blasting to the entire neighborhood. It looks like some tornado hit a shed or something, and there is garbage and wood and trash and panels and all this crap on the ground on their property. And this is her. I want all this cleared off my property. There's metal, wood, siding, and miscellaneous. We've had several people come out and pick and choose what they want, but I want it all gone. And I'm not going to pay nobody to do this, but if you'd like to have all this miscellaneous stuff, I would love for you to come pick it up. It's all or nothing.
Come pick up my trash?
I mean, so everybody's already picked through it and gotten all the good stuff, and now you want people to just come collect your trash. That's amazing. And thank you for letting me know. She's over on Hilltop Road. I don't even know where that is. Okay. I'm out here in Norman. Jasper says, now Jasper is very excited about what he needs to let everybody know about because it's in all caps with about 700 exclamation points. And here is his information blast that he feels like telling. Wednesday is $1 grilled cheese day at Sonic, y'all. Exclamation point for days.
That's the whole thing. It's just
That's it. That's it. $1 grilled cheese. Okay. So this is one from Diana, and she says, if anyone needs you, it's really hard to read. We got bad ads today. I got to get ready. If anyone needs yo yard you mowed, let me know. We'll gladly mow it for $35. I have 20 acres that I could use mowed right now. So if you do that for $35, I feel like again, don't blast it out to the farming community. Okay. And then we've got Savannah here says, cupcake alert. And then she's got a photo of 4A, 12, 16, 24 cupcakes in a pan. And Savannah says, and again, this is nowhere near me. Cupcake alert, and then cupcake emojis. I have 12 vanilla cupcakes available for pickup. They still naked, so I can either put a vanilla swirl or I can have some pretty colors of dyed vanilla buttercream left over I could put on up there. Let me know if you'd like to claim them. $12.
So first of all, there's people out there having cupcake emergencies, and they're like, I need cupcakes right now.
Where's the alert?
And then we have a specialty of naked cupcakes.
Naked cupcakes. And you know what? We don't even know when these were cooked. Ashley, they could have been made 3 days ago. They's $1 a piece, and they ain't frosted, but she will go ahead and do some frosting for you. She's got looks like a little swirl of some pink, which may be just a little red food color with the buttercream. And then there's another one that's brown and white. And I'm assuming that's like a chocolate vanilla mix, but I don't know. We'll have to call her to find out.
I'm good. I think I'm going to pass on these cupcakes.
Now one more, and this is also from Jasper. And I'm getting the feeling that Jasper may live fairly close to a Sonic or be a big fan of Sonic.
Or he's the manager, yeah.
But again, I don't know if Sonic typically advertised with a blast to your email from next door, but Jasper says, hi, just a seriously, he says, he typed, hi, just a heads up during happy hour. Oh no, this is not a manager. He's disgruntled.
Uh-oh.
Hi, just a heads up during happy hour at the Sonic, the ice cream is not half off, only drinks. Also, K to people is always free. BTW, the letter U, never know what kind of day they are having. Okay. So apparently Jasper had a real bad day and he went to Sonic to go get him some half price ice cream, but they don't do half price during the happy hour. You can only get a drink for half that. I think it's crap.
You know what, Jasper?
$1 grilled cheese.
That's what yeah, maybe you should just stick to the grilled cheese and maybe go get a cupcake instead of some ice cream. Support the local community.
It's like a little brick for $1 that has frosting on it. Old frosting. They got some left over. And then finally, we're going to go with Mary, who Mary felt like she needed to email blast a public service announcement to everybody. Okay. Because she says, I am always distressed when I see a dog has escaped from a fenced yard and the owner thought they was doing all they could to keep their pet at home. Maybe taking another look at how a privacy fence is installed or maintained will keep a dog or two at home. So far I'm with you. It's easy for a dog, especially if it's a big one, to jump on the fence over time, push a picket or two out of it, and escape through the opening. When I walk my dog, I often see fences with missing slats or an otherwise solid fence with a few loose pickets. So if you've placed your fence panel so that your dog jumps onto the rail side, the fence pickets then can get looser and looser, and soon there is an opening. A couple nails or screws going into the rail of at least the middle picket might keep your dog secure. It would be a fix that's cheap and it's easy to do. Thank you, Mary, for that detailed information email blast on how to fix my picket fence. I really appreciate it. And thank you everybody for helping out so much in the local Norman community and letting me know. And I know I have we have a listener who lives near me, and she probably experiences these same things. So next door in Oklahoma, everybody. All right. Tell us about the interview with Glenn. Because he's not here because he had to leave Aiken because those storms are heading. So he sat down with Amy Hebert of Aiken Saddlery. So I guess I'll just introduce it. Let's take a listen.
Well, I have my good friend Amy on, and unfortunately we had to cut our trip a little short because we got some apparently massive weather coming in on Saturday when we were supposed to head home. So we're heading home on Friday now. Amy, I don't think Amy's going to miss me too much because you at Aiken Saddlery, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, but you have your big event on Saturday, right?
We do. Hi, Mr. Glenn. It's nice to talk to you again, and I'm sorry that we are having bad weather so that you can't come back and enjoy Aiken a little bit more. But this Saturday, we have our second annual customer appreciation event at Aiken Saddlery.
Oh, so this is only your second? It's like a big tent sale kind of thing?
Big tent sale kind of thing. We moved to our bigger location a year and a half ago. So we had one the first year, and this will be our second annual. So not quite 2 years into the new space, but we're getting there, and it's been fabulous.
Well, we're going to talk about your new space because I don't think too many of our listeners have seen a space quite like it before, especially the warehouses outside. It's just amazing. But first, let's talk about Aiken. We visited you on the roadshow in 2021 when we did the big trip, and I think you were one of the first places we went, and we recorded in your little tiny store that was jam-packed full of stuff.
It was cozy.
Aiken's always been a place that horse people have gravitated to for 100 years from the Northeast mainly in Canada. But yet it's seen a tremendous growth since we were here last.
Huge growth. And you are correct. It early on, 40s-ish, we had very heavy racing industry here and polo, and it was easily accessible by people from the Northeast on trains. They used to take the trains down here. The train station used to stop by what is now the Wilcox, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the hotel downtown there, yeah.
Yes, yeah. The infamous Wilcox, which you can actually ride your horse to get a drink. They'll bring you a cocktail outside in a plastic cup. And we do have a small aside, we do have a big horse sale that has been here a few years, the Best of the West, and actually some of the gentlemen rode their horses into the lobby to purchase beverages. So only in Aiken. But we have had unprecedented growth down here since I've been living in Aiken permanently for the past 12 years, I think. We've had the store for 10, and it has just grown in leaps and bounds and leaps and bounds. I'm sure COVID had a little bit to do with it, people wanting to get out of the cities. But the horse industry here has just exploded. We have dressage, we have driving, we have barrel racers, we have a beautiful show facility at Bruce's Field, the Aiken Horse Park, right next to downtown Aiken.
We saw that yesterday, and oh my God, the barns there and everything are just beautiful.
They have done a wonderful job, and Bruce Duchessois' vision and memory to keep that place, as a very upscale, nice.
It definitely is.
Yes, it is. It is. Stableview is a little bit out of town. Barry and Cindy Olaf have done a fabulous job with that facility too. Kind of started out more eventing focused.
Well, I was going to say, 20 years ago, all the eventers came to Aiken in the winter. That's where you went. They didn't go to Ocala. I mean, that's been a fairly recent thing. And now more and more of them are coming to Ocala, but I've been hearing rumors that some are coming back to Aiken.
We did have a little dip in our eventing population, it seemed. I think Ocala was a draw, and some of the bigger names have headed south to Florida a little bit. I know Philip Dutton stays there instead. We do see him on occasion, but as far as spending the whole winters, I think Buck Davidson is down there.
Yep.
And I don't event personally, so I'm not exactly sure what that attributes, but we have Jumping Branch Farm that has kind of had a little bit resurgence, and then Sporting Days, we have Paradise. Stableview has had some fabulous upper level eventing. And then our horse park right in town every year has what they call the GPE Grand Prix eventing showcase.
Which just
which
happened.
was just last weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry you missed that. It was unfortunately horrible, rainy, cold weather on Friday for the dressage, and a beautiful day on Saturday for the cross country. And Mr. Will Coleman was first and second. So kudos to him. Yeah.
And
so that's fun, and it's unique.
Last time we were with you, too, we went to a polo match. And, the thing about Aiken that's different, we were talking about this the other day. Helena, I'm staying with Helena, who you know now, my first co-host 16 years ago. And we were talking about this, that Ocala has, Wellington is Wellington. And I can only take Wellington in like 3 or 4 days of Wellington. It just has a feel, it just has this thing where I can't handle it for a long period of time. But Ocala, the town itself doesn't have personality. It's a town. And the horse stuff grew up around the town. Now, WEC has helped bring personality to the outside of town. What Aiken has is it's the most charming town.
It is a charming town. It is a great place to live. And they have, with the growth that's come, we've seen kind of a little resurgence of better restaurants. And I think most of the people that, moved down here from the Northeast and other more populated areas lament, a little bit the Southern food scenario, but we're getting there. We're gaining ground. We have new restaurants and shops. And it is I agree with you. It is a very quaint, very fun downtown. And the fact that there is a horse district right adjacent to downtown is pretty unique. I mean, Southern Pines, I think, has somewhat similar, but there are two divided two-way streets in the neighboring kind of neighborhoods of houses outside of downtown for carriage driving. And then you come across South Boundary, which is a beautiful street with all the live oaks arching over it. And then you get into the specific historic horse district where the training track is. We have 3 polo fields there, and all the roads are dirt. So it's hacking, all through those places is just lovely.
Yeah, it is truly unique, I think, in this country, the way Aiken is set up for horses and I guess non-horse people too, although we don't want them coming in. We just keep them out.
No, we don't. And it's gotten busy. I'm kind of hoping town is going to help keep it unique equestrian as it has been, really.
And the other thing too is that Helena bought here partly too because the land was more affordable. You can't afford things in Ocala anymore. It's just ridiculous. And because WEC came in and the prices all quadrupled on little farms. If you're looking at 10 acre farms, what was 250, 300,000 is now $1 million to $1.5 million. And here it seems to not. If we're about 20 minutes out of town where Helena is, and it's still affordable out here.
It is. The closer into town farms, of course, kind of have been snapped up, and you've seen the increase in the pricing. But there is still lovely property out and about around Aiken that I think is reasonably affordable. Some friends who are real estate agents, and they do lament the lack of kind of middle of the road inventory on the real estate market right now. Houses in town and on the outskirts of town sell within 15 minutes. So it is, as Ocala, becoming a very desirable location. And I think having WEC be in Ocala, which is about a 6.5 hour drive, because I've done it many times, to show, then from here you go 2.5 hours northwest to Tryon, to get back up to Virginia is about 6 to 7 hours for Southern Virginia. So we are located in such a centralized area for you to be able to make Aiken a home base and be able to hit different venues is pretty fabulous too.
Well, now I want to get back to your store because, you guys have done, and I'm not just saying this, and by the way, before I forget to mention this, Aiken Saddlery does not really have an online store.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Oh, good. Yay. I know we talked about that years ago.
We did. We're still working on it.
All right, good. Well, if I lose this gig, I'll come help you run that, all right?
Thank you. You're hired.
So not only do you have a cool last name, your store is amazing because so many stores have been closing over the last 3 years, and yours has just expanded. I got to tell everybody, we got a tour. Your husband took us around. He kind of runs the hay and feed operation in the multiple drive-through warehouses. I have never seen so much feed in one place in my life. Bags of feed.
We have a lot of feed. We do. We carry
God.
multiple companies, and we will get probably 5 tractor trailers of feed in a week.
It's
22
amazing.
pallets on a full trailer. It is amazing. And I think that's just a testament to the growth of the horse community here in Aiken.
No, it's also a testament to you're a good businesswoman and your husband's a good businessman. I mean, that's what that's a testament to.
He's a better businessman than I am. I'm a horse person, but we're a good pair in that way. And we, I think we were here and in the right place at the right time. We bought the store I think this August will be 10 years ago from Lydia Rose, who had run it since 1979. And, there'd been more polo at the time and a little bit of racing, but this wave of performance horses coming through town has helped us make this the store that it is.
And it's so nice because you basically drive through the massive buildings, warehouses, and they load your hay, they load your feed, and your guys seem to be pretty good. We've been to so many that they didn't even know what the products were. And I was watching when we were in there, and they knew exactly what they were doing. And you have about 30 different kinds of hay too. So there's that. But I was very impressed. And your store, so what? I don't know if you want to give this number, but what percentage of your business is hay and feed as opposed to tack and clothing?
Probably 70% is feed, hay, bedding, and then 60, 40, 70, 30. Heavy, we do a lot of healthcare, lots of shampoos
you have a
and
ton of
sprays,
that.
and that kind of stuff is really like the second highest desirable item. And then when we were at the other store, as we said, we were nestled between the raincoats and the breeches,
Yep.
having more space. We really literally were having more space here. We've tried to kind of bring in a multitude of different kinds of things. We had some sportswear, we have riding apparel, we have boots, we have jeans, sun hats, all, it kind of runs the gamut. And it's been an interesting learning curve too, to figure out what exactly it is that people want to see here. And we try to have a little bit of everything. And lucky for us, we have the room to do that. Now my husband is probably swallowing hard because he's the inventory Nazi, we call him. But it is kind of fun to see what we can bring in and what works. Dog coats. We sell a crazy amount of dog coats throughout the winter, which is fun. It's fun. People bring their dogs in and get fitted. And
well, congratulations on everything you've done. As I said, you know how many tack shops have closed in the last 3 years.
Yeah, we've been very lucky. We've been very, very, very lucky.
Well, it's good location.
Well supported by our community too, which helps.
And well run. I mean, that's the other thing is well run. And I'm excited. We're going to have to talk off the air about this about the online thing. So we're going to have to chat about that.
Yes, please.
Amy, thank you for joining me again. I'm so sorry we didn't get to see you, but we really didn't want to drive 8 hours in the pouring down rain and tornadoes on Saturday. So
I do not blame you one bit.
With the trailer.
Not one bit.
So we'll talk to you again soon. And congratulations. It's AikenSaddlery.com. If you're ever in Aiken, check it out. You're going to want to check it out if you're ever in Aiken for sure.
And joining us now is Lisa Williamson of Total Contact Saddles. And I have to tell you guys, I have to give credit to my mom, Thea Knott, who found Lisa and Total Contact Saddles. And she said, Ashley, you've got to interview this woman. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I have to give a shout out to my mom on International Women's Day. We love to see it. Thanks, Mom, for giving us Lisa. Now, Lisa, I understand you started Total Contact Saddles in your house. Was it 11 years ago?
Yes. Well, that's. Can I just say thank you, Mum, for mentioning me as well?
Absolutely.
It's Mother's Day here on Sunday in the UK. Is it? Do you have a Mother's Day?
We do. It's in May. I think it's the
right.
They make us wait for it,
Okay, it's Mother's Day here. Anyway, it was actually the Total Contact saddle was probably being thought about and designed nearly 20 years ago.
Wow.
But that was my friend Stuart. I wasn't his friend then. I got to know him about 11, 12 years ago. And that's when he brought his horse to my place. I've got a livery, but I don't know if you've heard of Horse Track System or Paddock Paradise.
Yeah,
but of course. Right. Okay. Well, I've got one of those here, very small. And he was local. So he brought his horse Chiron here. And then he would tell me about Total Contact Saddle. And that's when I got one for my horse Amber. And I started riding in it. And just loved it. Just didn't look back. It was just the best thing ever. And I could never quite get a saddle right for Amber. And all of a sudden I got this saddle that just fitted her every single day because she was old, very old and dippy backed. And, it's hard, isn't it, to get a saddle sometimes to fit the horses that are getting older and their backs are sinking. So I was totally sold on Total Contact saddle anyway. And we used to just sit there watching the horses go around the track, having a coffee after we'd done our chores. And often Stuart would talk about the business, his Total Contact saddles and the ups and the downs of it and all the other stuff. So I really got to know it really quite well. And then when he wanted to retire, which was 2.5 years ago, he asked if I would take it over. So that's how I got to become Total Contact saddles. It was through getting to know it through Stuart, who designed it in the first place.
I love that. And Lisa, since we're on a podcast and people can't see, we're going to link, of course, to your website and your Facebook group. But can you explain or describe what a Total Contact saddle looks like? And I think you have 3 different models, if I'm not mistaken.
We do. Well, they're all the same. The body, they are all the same. So the only things that you would choose that's different is if you have a long billet or a short billet, the billet being the girth strap. So that some people might want to use the longer standard English girth, or some might want to use a shorter dressage girth. And whenever we sell to America, USA, New Zealand, it's nearly always the long billet, longer strap that we sell. And I do think people probably use cinch converters or somehow get their cinches to work with the Total Contact. So that's the only choice you really have to make. Apart from that, the reason it's 3 different models is it's either in a synthetic material for people who want to, lean more towards vegan, or just because it basically is like a cockroach. You could do anything. You can ride in the sea, you can ride in the river, you can leave it out. It doesn't matter what you do, it just won't die. So the synthetic is just
like
really
a
tough.
cockroach. I've never heard a saddle described like that. I love it. So explain to everybody what it looks like, because I'm sitting here staring at it and it's like somebody just cut off the back half, but I know there's more science involved than that.
Well, it is very simple, and that is the whole point of it. The beauty of it is the simplicity of it. So for want of a better word, because I don't actually like it being described as a strip of leather, but I can't think of another way of describing it at the moment. It's stripping away the cantle and the pommel and the tree. So it's a wide strip of leather with padding underneath, a little bit of padding underneath to help disperse pressure, or to disperse pressure, so that the horse has got all the freedom. There's nothing restricting the horse at all, doesn't restrict the shoulders, doesn't restrict anything. It's always going to fit. There's no parts to it that's going to pinch. It just spreads over the horse. But what it does is it gives the rider stability because you have stirrups. So it's just really looking at what was a traditional saddle, be it Western or English saddle, looking at it and thinking, right, okay, do we actually need all of this? How come the saddle has come to what it is now? And obviously it's got its reasons. Do we actually need all of that? And the answer is, and proven now through 20 years of Total Contact saddle being out there, that we actually don't. It's not for everyone. It's certainly not for every rider, and it's not for every horse. But it's an alternative for some people that they can't get a saddle that fits, or they want that contact with the horse where they like riding bareback, but they would like to have a tiny bit more stability, or quite a lot more stability, and the comfort of a pad underneath.
I'm looking at them. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm looking at this and I'm very interested because I recently acquired a pony, and girl, I've tried 5. I have a collection of saddles and nothing is even close to fitting because they were either too long on his back I just bought a 16-inch dressage girth. Like, I didn't even know they made them that small. And just to try to get something to fit, I've tried long billet saddles, short billet saddles, and nothing seems to be working. I would love to try one of these because it's basically like, here's what it looks like. You've got stirrups, you got the front half of a saddle, which doesn't have the like raised pommel. It's just like, but it looks like the front of a saddle with the, where you get the leathers coming out from underneath it. And the back is just missing, but you've got very nice pads, like saddle pads back here. What are the saddle pads that you recommend to go with this?
Okay. So again, this is the beauty of it. You can create your own saddle for yourself, really, because although we sell a poly pad, a branded poly pad, which works really well with the saddle. It's just a simple pad, and if your horse has got a healthy back to start off with, and it's usually if it hasn't got a shark fin wither or dippy back or anything else, if it's a fairly straightforward horse or the wider flat-backed horses, a simple saddle pad underneath the total contact saddle is all you need. The only thing you might want to be mindful of is if you're a very slim rider and you've got sharp seat bones, then you might want more, or you would want more padding. When we do pressure tests, and boy, have this total contact had a lot of pressure tests, because the first thing people say is pressure on the back. It doesn't. Pressure tests show that. The one thing that shows up on a pressure test, if it's a very, very slim rider with sharp seat bones, it's the seat bones that show. So
I don't know people like that. I'm not like that.
Not many.
I don't know those people.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah, me neither.
So that's just the simple. That's the first bit. That's the simple bit. But what I say to people is start simple. Start simple, unless you've got a horse that needs a little bit of help. You probably got something in your tack room already you can put underneath. We've all got loads of saddle pads, haven't we? We all collect them. We've got all different colours.
Yeah, it looks like you've got some of the like non-slip Eco Gold pads under here, which are my favorites, and I'm sure your version of those, but they're fantastic.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So sorry, I was just going to say. So after the simple pads, if you want to sort of go a little bit, what we've developed, and this is only recently we've done this, but our saddler, who is amazing, and he's he's great at designing, and he's made what we call a saddle seat pad, and it's flat, but it's got layers of molded foam, and it just makes a tiny little cantle. So it gives you a bit of a twist, but it also gives you a tiny bit of a seat. So if you're a rider that just needs perhaps a little bit more stability, that it will give you that. It will just help a bit. But also horses that have got a bit more of a shark fin, a bit more of a dippy back, or someone with sharp seat bones, that will sort that out. But of course, there's loads of other options out there. It's just that we're trying to also offer ours. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, Ashley, you said that there's a way that you can try these.
Yes, it's only in the UK and America at the minute, but we do a trial, because it's quite new and people need to be able to test them out. So we do trial them. We send you a brand new one. They rarely come back. So all we do is we check in after a couple of weeks, and if you want to keep it, then we'll send you the balance invoice. So you keep that saddle that we sent you. But some people just need to be able to try that first, because it is you can see it in front of you. It is a bit different, isn't it? So
yes, yeah. These aren't crazy expensive either. What are some of the price points that people are looking at?
Well, I can only say in sterling, but it's they're £320 or £285 for a synthetic saddle, £320 for the basic leather saddle, or if you want the premium leather, it's £370. There's a lot more to. They look simple, but there's a lot more going on in them than you think. And they're made individually. They're handmade by a master saddler I'm in Kent, in South, in the UK, in the South, and our saddlers are here as well in Kent. And I have actually got a video on our website of showing the saddlers making them. So they are, there's actually quite a lot to them to be made. They're not they're not really just a strip of leather. They just look like a strip of leather.
No, I'm super interested. Like I said, I've been really struggling with fitting a saddle to this pony. I bought this horse sight unseen and off a video, and he came and he was about a hand smaller than I thought he was going to be. So, I mean, it's me or nothing. So he's going to have to deal with it. But yeah, I've just struggled finding something. So I'm signing up for a trial. God.
Is your pony a Connie? Did you say Connemara?
No, he's a we call I don't know if you guys call things like this over in UK, but he's a mutt. He's a little bit of, I don't know.
A mutt. We call dogs that.
Yeah, we do too. We do too. So he's the mutt version of a pony. So
and is he quite short backed? Is that your problem with him?
I mean,
he can take your. Carry on.
Yeah, he can, I've done the math. He can take my weight, but he's short everywhere. So like I said,
yeah. And that is exactly, because I've got a Connemara here and she's the same. I mean, she looks too small for me, but she isn't, because they can take the weight. It's just, and she's got a shorter back and rounder. And this is, so many people have found us because it's driving them mad. They've got horses that can really take their weight, but they're short-backed, and there's so many short-backed horses nowadays. So the saddles are too long for the horse's comfort or too small for the rider. So this is where we have solved so many people's problems, because all of a sudden it fits both. It fits the horse and the rider. So I need to send you one to try. I will. Tell me your details after, and I'll send you one.
Absolutely, because like I said, I've talked about this on here because, my saddle is so long and his back is so short, and it just doesn't matter. I've tried close contact. I've done the Wintec. I've done dressage. Like nothing seems to work. So this is Ashley, I'm so glad your mama found her, because this is hopefully going to solve the problem that I'm having. And then I think it's great that you offer trials. Not many places do that. And so I do appreciate that part of your business. And this is something that's affordable. It's not like you're asking I saw this lady not too long ago, Ashley, she was at a riding arena in Texas, and she had the most unique saddle on. And I was like, what is that? That's amazing. And she starts telling me, and I'm like, how much is it? She's like, $7,500. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, these are affordable. And of course, you don't need saddle fitters then. I do say it's still great to have an osteopath regularly, but you should do that anyway if you've got saddles on your horses. So, but it does save that as well. So that's a saving, is you don't need saddle fitters, and it's going to fit your horse every single day. So, where you might have a saddle, or should have a saddle fitter come out every 6 months. Well, certainly in the UK we do with our saddles here. I don't know. Do you tend to do that with Western saddles? Have saddle fitters out?
Well, I am not a Western saddle person. I'm an English saddle person. So yes, of course, my saddle is fitted to my horse. I've had the fortunate good fortune to have a saddle fitter close by who has helped me out quite a bit. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You just kind of got to do it. You got to make sure the equipment fits. So this is fantastic. Where can people go to find out more? What's your website, and get in touch and see these pictures of these saddles?
Total-contact.co.uk is our website. Or if you're on Facebook, that is the place to go to. So it's Total Contact Community. That's the place where I love our community, and I only started that up 2 years ago. So we've got a Facebook page, but do you know what? You have to be a little bit brave to open up a group, because that's when you're sort of releasing it into the world a little bit. It goes a little bit feral, and this is where people have their say. With the page, you've got a bit of control. You put the post on and people can answer. When you open a community up, people just post and they have their own opinion. So you have to really believe in your product, or it could actually be the ruin of you rather than the making of you. But I do believe in it, and I am passionate about it. And I started up the community a couple of years ago, and we've got nearly 13,000 members on there now, and it's almost like a cult. It's fantastic. It's brilliant.
Now you talk
every day.
You talk about people being feral online. I train horses, and I have a page where I post things. You want to talk about people having opinions, girl? Oh my God! Oh, It is insane.
I know. And this is the thing. So I had to be a bit brave to do that, because you know what social media is like. It's usually when only someone's got something, possibly negative to say that it's said. So, but you go on Total Contact Saddle Community and, I'm just so proud of it. There's so many people saying it's just solved their problem. They love it. They've now got contact with their horse. It's just lovely. It's just such a lovely group to go on. So that's made me feel even more confident. That's people having their say. And their horses, it's solving problems, and horses that had issues before, it's solving the issues. So I can't be anything but passionate for it, can I, when it's doing that?
Well, you certainly can hear that in your voice. I wish you the best of luck. Everybody go check it out. And Total Contact Saddle Community on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been very educational. And thanks, Thea, for sending this. Ashley's mama.
Thank you, Mom.
And now, a quick note from My New Horse and Ride TV. For first-time horse owners and new riders, finding the information and support you need can be challenging. That's why Equine Network has partnered with Sentinel and Absorbine to bring you My New Horse. From important horsekeeping information and how-to videos to social media communities, exclusive experiences, and more, My New Horse is your one-stop shop for riders of all levels and disciplines looking for easy-to-understand horse care information and guidance. Start your horse ownership journey today. Visit mynewhorse.com.
You can enjoy your favorite equine videos all in one place with Ride TV, the ultimate equine streaming platform. The newly relaunched Ride TV has all the series you love, like mini horses and ridiculous ranches, plus top-tier training videos and event footage from Horse and Rider On Demand and BarrelRacing.com. Live the action, learn from the pros, love the stories. Subscribe to Ride TV today for only $19.99 to see where your ride takes you. Visit ridetvgo.tv to subscribe.
Pay attention.
If you ain't met one by now, you're bound to sooner or later. He says one thing and he means another, but hey, he can't help it. He's a horse trader. Horse trading. Well, it's a laissez-faire. Let the buyer beware. Horse trading. They tell a low-down lie with a sincere stare. Horse trading. Well, if they're talking in circles and the deal ain't square, he's a master in the fine art of persuading. Horse trading.
It's my favorite time of the week. By the way, just going back to the saddle fitter, I was just saying on the this week how this show cost me so much money. But at least I get to try this one out. I mean, that's more than I did for a couple of the horses that I have. So at least I get to try the saddle before I buy it. That's fantastic. All right, really bad ads. We can't fit all of them in. So I just want to say you guys are also listed for the prizes. Carrie, Taylor, Beth, Allison, Alicia, and Emily. But Melanie sent this one in, and oh my God, this is the cutest picture I've ever seen.
It's very cute.
Okay. Meet Johnny Cash, a.k.a. JC, a.k.a. Fluffy Toasted Marshmallow. Standing at a sturdy but mighty 34 inches tall, his personality makes up for his lack of height. He's a little shy when he first gets to know you, but the way to his heart is treats and food. Once you show him that you have that, it's game over. He's your best friend. JC is a cheap date and practically stays fat on air. He's a great companion for those high-maintenance show horses or just to have around to make you laugh. He loves to sit like a dog and enjoys his life views. Despite his round size, he can up and get when he wants to for about 10 seconds before making a quick circle back to check on the food status. He is happy to tag along on family trail rides and frankly sticks with us better than the dog does. JC isn't a huge fan of his ears being played with, which is a shame because, well, look at them ears. He eventually relents, though, and haltering grooming proceeds without further drama. You up to date on everything. JC, Johnny Cash, is the cutest, tiniest little mini mule. Oh, my goodness. Is he a mini mule or a donkey? I can't really tell.
I don't care. He's so cute.
Oh, my God. Johnny Cash, come live with me. Melanie, if you could hook me up with that phone number, that'd be great. Again, the show continues to cost me money. I have to have this little cute thing. Oh my God. Because I can make it like his ears touch because you just want to squeeze those ears.
You have to. Just look at him. Oh, he's so cute. He's so fluffy. Okay. Next up from Faye, it looks like this is maybe a Facebook ad.
You know what? But we're going to put his picture up there with the saddles for the show notes
we
picture
have to.
because y'all
He's
have
a
to
star.
see this.
He's a star.
Okay, carry on. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
So we have 2 geldings for sale for $2,500. And there's a picture here of 2 horses. One is a jet black horse. We call him.
Let me stop you.
Yeah.
Because 2 geldings for sale in Noonan. And that
I don't know
is
where
south
Noonan
of Atlanta.
is.
That's South Georgia, girl.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're
I
gonna
can
have
do
to
that.
hear
I can do that.
Okay.
I'm glad because I didn't know where Noonan was. So one is a jet black horse. We call him Jet. The other is a Palomino paint horse. We call him Scout. They must be sold together. They just get along well together in the barn and pasture. Selling both horses together for $2,500 now. Jet is 7 years old and Scout is 14 years old. Both horses are 15 to 16 hands tall. Great riding horses that were ridden regularly for 2 years, but we have not ridden in over a year due to health reasons. Feed grain, hay, and pastured regularly. You will need a trailer to move them. No tact available. P.S. We'll sell Jet for $2,000 firm.
Wait, so the other one's 500,
Yes.
but they have to go together, but they will sell him for, okay. Sure, whatever. Sounds good. If I had a nickel for every horse that used to be ridden, but hasn't been ridden in a long time that they're selling, it's like, what makes them all of a sudden be like, you know what, that's it.
It's time. I feel like that's so irrelevant. Like, just be like, we could just skim over that. And we would have known that you haven't ridden them in a while.
Exactly. Angie sent in the next one. This is horse, $1 in Savage. I don't know where Savage is, but here's the ad. Hello. Anytime they start out with that, I'm like, uh-oh. Hello. I am selling my horse. His name is Rebel. He is very calm and docile, very well cared for. Yeah. Okay. These are not sentences. These are all separated by commas. Okay. Hello, I'm selling my horse. His name is Rebel. He's very calm and docile, very well cared for, comma. He has a dance school, comma, but he can also walk real calmly, comma, very well fed and cared for, comma. And then there's a picture of a beautiful looking Bay Arab horse. This is a scam. This is a scam. Don't buy this horse. It's not $1. It's not real. It's a beautiful, like,
Gorgeous little
Arab.
bay.
Yeah, that's a scam. That's a scam.
I would like to know what dance school he went to. Like, was it tap, hip hop, jazz? Like,
No, he didn't
I need
go,
to know.
Ashley. He has his own.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We love that for Rebel.
Love that for you. Cool.
Okay, next up we have Katie, a Facebook ad that the group is gated 1,500 and under, which that's too much fun to say. We have 3 kind of pictures of a horse here. This is Kent. His dad was Tojo, a racking horse. He's a thoroughbred, 9 years old. He needs manners worked on. Mackenzie, Tennessee.
Okay. Is Tojo famous? And I don't, that word thoroughbred, I do not think that means what you think that means. Thoroughbred is a breed. I think he's saying that it's a pure-blooded racing horse. It's
thoroughly bred.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. He actually spelled thoroughbred correctly.
But used it wrong. That's
but used it.
We love that. That's a real bad ads, like, silver medal right there.
Unless maybe we're not up on everything. Actually, maybe there are gated thoroughbreds. Like racking thoroughbreds. It could happen.
It's 2024. Maybe there are thoroughbreds that are identifying as gated.
Racking.
Stranger things have happened, you know?
That's true. Like this beautiful
Dare we call that?
I don't know if you can call that a trailer. It's a really bad ad. Chloe sent it in. It's a horse float. Old Olympic. Repairable. It's repairable if enthusiastic. Why? Because it's going to need so much work. Okay.
I think the roof is inside of it.
Yeah. It's like they were driving down the road and that, white plastic roof blew off, and then they had to stop the trailer and pick up the front and the roof off the freeway, and they just shoved it inside the trailer. And you can see it because the trailer at this point, everything has come off of it except for the frame, but all of the pieces are stuffed inside the frame that are clearly very visible. So you can repair this if you're enthusiastic. Good luck.
I do like the creativity here, the spin of we're not marketing it as a trailer. It's a float for parades because you can see through it.
Yeah, yeah. Or they're in England. I mean, that's what they call them.
Do they really? Oh, I'm showing my hand. Well, I'm glad Lisa's not with us anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Chloe might be in Australia too. That's okay. Glenn says stuff like that all the time, and I'm like, no, that's actually a real thing. Sorry.
I'm representing for Glenn. We love you. Next up from Heather. Oh, we have another trailer here. Gorgeous. Okay. Rusty, not usable. Needs new angle iron welded to the frame to support a new wood floor. Rear axle needs to be repositioned as it was caught on a rock.
Okay. Okay. Is that the picture that's down below?
Yeah.
To be fair, it looks better than most of the rounded two-horse trailers that we've seen worse. But if the frame is dented, at least they're honest. Hey, you know what? Points for honesty.
Rusty Denter horse trailer. Oh, they're selling it as lawn art.
Oh yeah, well that's a not beautiful lawn art. I'm gonna go with that. Not pretty. Karen sent the next one in. Mini horse / pony, $250 near Worcester. Oh Lord. Let me try to make my way through this non-punctuation thing. Mini horse / pony, $250 was wanting $300, asking $250. It's on sale, Ashley. It's like it's free. It's like it's free.
You're saving money by buying it.
You are saving money. Was wanting $300, asking $250. Name, lady, age 5. Lady is not broke. She is kid friend daily. No bite or kick. I don't have time to do more work with her due to how many horses we have. She has not had anyone on her back since June and no kids on her back since March. She tossed both kids at a play day and runs circles when I try and saddle her now. When we bought Lady last year, the letter U, could not catch her, and she was not very nice. Husband got bored and trained her to load in the back of the truck she has rode back there with me.
Oh.
Truck is a stock aDz Chevy. Can deliver if not far, and you pay for gas.
Are they going to deliver it in the bed of the pickup truck?
I would imagine she's trained to do that. I mean, she's a little monster mini horse who is discounted. So, I love the honesty. She tossed both the kids at a play day. Maybe because your fat kids shouldn't be riding a mini pony.
I love that we start. She's not broke, but like we've ridden her. Kids have ridden her. This is wild.
They all got bugged off. Yeah. They all got bugged off. I mean, it's fine.
And then her husband got bored. I would love to see horse husbands out there who are like, I'm bored. Let me go train a pony.
Jump in my truck.
I don't.
Cool.
If your horse husband has trained your horse or pony to do a cool trick, I want to see it.
Yeah. I'd love to
Honestly,
see that.
We need
cool.
that. Give it to us as a gift for International Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next from Tony, a thoroughbred horse, $1,500 west side of where we don't know.
West side.
West side. Okay. We bought Winston for my daughter about 2 years ago. He's a thoroughbred horse for English riding, racing, etc. My daughter is too busy for riding now, and he is eating us out of house and home, and I can't afford her cell phone bill and feed for this horse, so something's gotta go. I will sell horse tack and supplies for $2,000 OBO.
Oh my God. Reading through the lines, basically this teenage girl chose her cell phone over her horse.
I don't want to meet this young woman. She's got her priorities are out of whack. Who would choose anything over a horse as a teenager? Come on.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It happens. And I don't identify with those people at all. Mark said this one in Palomino horse, $2,000 in Ocean Way. I don't know where Ocean Way is. It looks like a Craigslist ad. 15 hands, Palomino horse. Needs feet done. Not for beginners. Has been ridden, but not recently. As is. Where is? This means I won't help you catch him. Trot him around for you to look at. Hold him so you can take pictures to text your trainer. Bring your trailer. Pay me a fair price and take him with you.
Oh my
Good
God.
Lord. That is the most aggressive ad I have ever read.
I just want $2,000 and this guy gone.
Get him the hell out of my face.
Oh my God. This is so rude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make him go.
Wow.
And you have the last one for the day.
Okay, from Karen. Horse for free lease / come pick 'em up. Oh, St. Augustine. We love a Florida person. It's not Florida man. We don't know. Maybe it is. Not a show horse. This is a fun horse. I have a 12-year-old horse for free lease, meaning it's like a test run for you. If you decide you give the horse back or keep it, it's completely up to you. Experience horse owner and rider only, 5 exclamation marks. Fun and very fast. Also, make a great companion horse for others. Email for details. I don't think this person knows how a lease works, first and foremost.
I mean, for real, like, okay, you know what? Good luck with you. You can just take him, call me later, let me know. I might have changed my phone number. Like,
Yeah,
that's
for
kind of what I
real.
was getting out of this. Like, you can come get him, but you ain't going to give him back.
This horse's name might be Ghost.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for booking all the guests, causing me to buy a saddle, and sticking with me through all this ridiculousness and filling in for Glenn. I know he's hustling home to beat the storms. So good luck to them and good luck to you. So can we talk about the thing growing inside you?
Of course we can. It's a girl's show.
How many weeks are you?
Will be 21 weeks on Sunday. And I think we announced on the show last time, it was funny. It was before I even told my friends and family, actually, because it just slipped right out, that it is a little boy. So you'll be so happy to hear, Jamie. I've got quite the racket going. I am doing the nursery Western themed.
Nice.
Which, of course, means I can decorate. This is like underlined, italicized, winky face with horse tack.
Absolutely.
So I've gotten so far a head stall, a breastplate, 3 bits, and a new saddle. for the nursery.
What baby doesn't want to play with used rusty metal bits hanging on the walls? I mean, it's perfect.
Find me a little boy who doesn't want to play with that kind of stuff. Okay. It's called Montessori learning.
Exactly. What's your due date?
I'm due July 21st. So still have some time ahead of us. And I know Glenn's dreading it because I'll be out for 3 months, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'll be honest.
You enjoy every day of that. And your husband is in the Air Force, so he'll get 2, I think they give the dads 2 weeks, and he could do what my husband did during my husband's in here right now. He could do what my husband did during those 2 weeks, which is install a car stereo.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up, Jamie. They changed the leave. He gets 3 months off now.
Shut up. Are you kidding me?
I really didn't. I told Glenn not to tell you.
Dad, do you know that the Air Force dads now get 3 months off? He said, "Dear Lord." You would lose your his flying. He'd have to retrain.
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
spin up. Well, best of luck to you. This can be great, and I'm not jealous at all. I probably would have had a new car stereo in every car by the end of 3 months. It's been great. Best of luck. I'm so excited for you, and I will talk to you soon. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, spay, neuter, and geld.